This will start recording, and I'll share the link with the whole class. There's some people that told me already that they couldn't be here this morning because they're working or taking somebody to a doctor's appointment. So anyhow, so the next thing that's going to happen is I'm going to disappear for a minute because I'm going to share the screen. Okay, and that means I'm going to actually, what I'm going to share with you, we're going to actually look at the tests. Okay, because I think that would be helpful so you can see how an online laboratory test will work. Anybody ever taken an online laboratory test? I doubt it, right? So you want to know this so that you don't have anxiety about it. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to disappear for just a minute. Okay. Let's see. Edward's here. Let's see. Did Edward get on? Are you in, Edward? EJ, Mr. Rennell. Are you there, Edward?
Yes.
Okay, okay. I just want, right now, what you're seeing, what we were saying is, I doubt if you've ever had a online laboratory test before. So I want to actually show you the test that you'll be taking on Monday. So I hope this is helpful to you. So can everybody see a screen that says, begins with, there are 25 questions on this test counting 2 points each. Can you see that? Anybody? Can you see that, Rachel?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay.
I can.
Okay. Just want to make sure because I might be talking to the wall if you can't see it. There are 25 questions on this test and they count 2 points each. So the total points on the laboratory test is 50 points. You'll have 75-minute time limit, but that should be more than enough time to answer 50 questions. It's closed book, even though the quizzes are open book and you can have lots of time. This is a closed book, so you want to study for it that way. And remember the honor code. If it's closed book, you're not supposed to use any outside sources. Just want to see what you know in your head. And question 1 involves watching a video of all the questions. And you'll need a piece of paper and something to write with as you'll be writing down the answers while you watch the video. That's unusual for a computer test, but you'll see why when you watch it. Most of the time when you take a computer test, all you need is the computer, but you're going to be writing things on a piece of paper, okay? And you number it 1 through 25. The answer to question number 1 is a freebie. You just write down the word watched. And then you enter questions 2 through 25 from the sheet of paper into the computer. You won't be able to remember 25 answers, so you need to write them down. Now, a strange thing about grading, a computer cannot grade a quiz like this. If you miss one letter in a word, it's wrong. If you capitalize it, it's wrong. So it's going to give you back a fake grade. So I've set it so that it'll tell you that you made a 0. Okay, but that doesn't mean anything. Okay, then I'm going to personally grade each test and change the grade from 0 to the real score. Okay, so that it's important to know that ahead of time. Okay, so now let's go down. Now let's see where. Yeah, I want to be up here with the questions now. Okay, and you see here's question number 1. Question number 1 is just to watch this video and write the answers down on paper. See, and so I'm going to click on this. So this is what you'll see when you sign up for the test. The first question 1 will show you this video. Click on this, okay, and then play. Oh, let's put this back to the beginning. Okay.
Welcome to lab test number 1 in biology 281. Please follow these directions. Have a sheet of paper and number 1 through 25. Have a sheet of paper and number 1 through 25. I'll give you a minute to do that. The answer to the first question is watched. No capital, W-A-T-C-H-E-D. Watched. W-A-T-C-H-E-D. You enter that as the answer to the first question. Okay. You're on the first question right now because you're watching this video. Okay, then you will be asked questions 2 through 12. And that'll go slow, but then I'm going to go over questions 2 through 12 again. Then you will be asked a second section, questions 13 through 22. Then I will go over that section again. Then you will be asked questions 23 through 25, and then I will go over that section again. Now you should have 25 numbers on your paper, and there's 25 questions on the test. So put watched in question number 1, and then question 2, whatever you have on that paper for 2, question 3, whatever you have on that paper for answer 3, all the way through 25, and then whatever you have for the answer on 25, and then you are finished with the quiz. Hope you understand this direction. This video will cover questions 2 through 25 for the first laboratory quiz. This is the microscope. Number 2, what is this part called? Number 2, it's a lens you look through. What's the name of that lens? It's number 2. Number 3, what is this big knob down here that you focus with? Number 3. Number 2, what's this lens up here? Number 3, what's this focus knob, the big one that the pointer's on? 2 and 3. Now there are 4 different kinds of tissue: epithelial, connective, muscular, and nervous. From those 4, pick one of those categories that this tissue goes into. Is this epithelial tissue? Is this connective tissue? Is it muscular tissue? Or is it nervous tissue? That is number 4. Number 4. What kind of tissue? Epithelial, connective, muscular, or nervous tissue? Number 5. Is this epithelial tissue? Is it connective tissue? Is it muscular tissue? Or is it nervous tissue? What specific category is this in? Pick one: epithelial, connective, muscular, or nervous. That is number 5. 6 is name this tissue specifically. What exact kind of tissue is this? So this slide shows questions 5 and 6. What category of tissue, that's number 5, and specifically, what kind of tissue is this? Specifically, exactly, 5 and 6. Now this is 7. What category of tissue is this in? Is this nervous tissue? Is this muscular tissue? Is it connective tissue or epithelial tissue? Pick one. Is this nervous tissue? Is it muscular tissue? Is it connective tissue? Is it epithelial tissue? Pick one of those four for number 7. Number 8, name exactly what kind of tissue it is. Number 8, name exactly what kind of tissue it is. Number 9, this is nervous tissue. Name this kind of cell. What kind of a cell is this? The whole tissue is nervous tissue. It's made up of 2 kinds of cells. What kind of a cell is this? That's number 9. Name this cell. Number 10, exactly what kind of tissue is this? It looks like a target, doesn't it, with a bullseye in the middle. I don't want the category, I want exactly what kind of tissue is this. Exactly what kind of tissue is this? This is number 11. Number 11, exactly what kind of tissue is this? Number 11, exactly what kind of tissue is this? Number 12, exactly what kind of tissue is this? I'll give you a couple of hints. It'll fool you because it looks one way, but it is not. And the second thing is it is tall cells. It's tall cells that look deceptive. This is number 12. This is number 12. Okay, we'll go back through these so that you can have a second look. Okay, so let's look at these again. One more time. Question number 2. What is this lens called? Question number 3. What is this focus knob called? 2, this lens. 3, this knob. Question number 4. What category of tissue is this? Is it epithelial, connective, muscular, or nervous? That's number 4. Number 5, what category of tissue is this in? Epithelial, connective, muscular, or nervous? And number 6, name exactly the type of tissue that it is. What kind of tissue is this exactly, specifically? What kind of tissue is this? What category does it go into? Is it epithelial, connective, muscular, or nervous? That is number 7. That's number 7. And number 8, name specifically what kind of tissue that it is. Number 8. Number 9, this is nervous tissue. Name exactly what kind of cell this is. This is nervous tissue, but what kind of cell is it? It conducts the electrochemical impulse, the signal. What kind of cell is this in nervous tissue? Number 9. Number 10, exactly what kind of tissue is this? Not the category, but exactly what kind of tissue is this? Number 10. Number 11, exactly what kind of tissue is this? Okay, not the category again, but exactly what kind of tissue is this? Number 12, exactly what kind of tissue is this? It tries to trick you. It's tall cells, and it makes you think that it is in layers, but it's not. That's number 12. Question number 13. This is the front side of the anatomical torso. Number 13. What is another name for the front side? This would be what? What part of my body? The front side. That's number 13. Number 14 is the head is above the lungs, so we say what? The head is blank to the lungs. What is the anatomical term for something that's higher in the body? So the head is blank to the lungs. That's number 14. Number 15 is what's the anatomical term for the side? Okay. If we're here, we're in the middle, but as we move toward the side, what's the anatomical term for the side? That's number 15. Number 16, a couple of regional terms. Number 16, what's the anatomical regional term? The regional term for the shoulder. The regional term for the shoulder. That's number 16. What is the regional term for the regional term for the upper neck region? Regional term for the upper neck region. That's number 17. Anatomical term for the upper neck region. Number 17. Number 18. Here is a big, I gotta get the lungs out of there so I can get it out. Show you clearly. You probably can identify it without me taking it out. Number 18, this big organ right here. It's just below the diaphragm. Probably have to take the heart away too. Number 18. What is this organ? Number 18, what is this organ? Just below the diaphragm. Just below the diaphragm. It's number 18. Number 19, what system is this organ part of? What system is this organ part of? Number 19. Number 20, if you divide the body front in half, okay, front and back, in half, front and back, divided front and back, what kind of a section is that? Dividing the body front and half. you divide the body this way, so you divide it into an upper half and a lower half, what kind of a section is that that divides the body into an upper and a lower half? That's number 21. Number 21. Number 22. Number 22 is if you divide the body so it's into the right and left. Divide it this way. This way. That's number 22. 22. Okay, let me quickly run through those one more time. Okay. 13, what is the front side of the body called? The front as opposed to the back. You're looking at the front side. Number 14, the head is blank to the lungs. If you go up at the body, what is that term? The head is blank to the lungs. 14. 15, if you go towards the side, what is that the side called? That's number 15. Number 16 is a regional term, or the shoulder region. What's that called anatomically? Number 16. And then number 17, getting a pivot here. Number 17 is the neck region. What do you call the neck region? That's number 17. Number 18, I took this organ out from below the diaphragm. What organ is it? Name this organ. That's number 18. Number 19, what system is this organ part of? Number 19. Number 20, if you divide the body front and half, coming down this way, okay, what kind of a section is that? That's number 20. If you divide the body this way into an upper part and a lower part, what kind of a section is that? That's number 21. And then if you divide the body this way, right and left, what kind of a section is that? That's number 22. Okay. Here are some questions on the rat dissection. There'll be 3 of them. Let me get you oriented. First thing is to show you that the upper part, this is the thoracic cavity of the rat. Okay, this is the abdominal pelvic cavity, and right across there would be the diaphragm. So right below the diaphragm, what is this organ? That's number 23. Number 23, identify the organ, this organ, right below the diaphragm. 24, as we come down into the abdominal pelvic cavity, what is this organ right down here? That's 24. And then 25, up here in the thoracic cavity, what is this organ? Okay, repeating. Question number 23, right below the diaphragm, what is this organ? 24, down in the abdominal pelvic cavity, what is this organ? And 25, up in the thoracic cavity, what is this organ? 23, this organ. 24, this organ. 25, that organ. One in biology 281.
I'm coming back. Okay. Let me, yeah. Here I am back. Hello. Let's see. EJ came in. EJ, could you put your video on so I can see you? I haven't met you before. Can you hear me, EJ?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. I just wanted to meet you.
Oh yeah, I was listening. I was just around people.
Okay, there you are. Just wanted to see who you are. See your hand.
Yep.
You can blank yourself out again if you want to. I just
All right,
want to
cool.
see who you were. Let's see. I've seen Rachel. I've seen Destiny. I've seen Hunter. Roxana. I've seen Spence. I've seen Allie. I've seen Kara. Have I seen you? I don't think I've seen you.
Yeah, you saw me.
Okay. I'm sorry. And did I see you, Olivia? I knew there was one more I didn't see.
No,
Okay. Nice to see you this morning, Olivia. Okay,
nice to see you too.
now I've seen everybody. Okay, so now we've seen a screen capture. That's the actual test that you'll be taking on Monday. And I think it's important that we went through that so that you know what to expect. The first time you do something, it creates some anxiety, but you're going to be taking more tests just like that one. But on the first one, we'll go over the other ones too, but not maybe question for question. But that's the exact test you're going to have. So what questions do you have about it now? Or about the course in general? Okay. Do you understand you can send in your questions? I know some people don't like to talk on these things, and that's okay. You do have a place where you can send me your questions ahead of time. I got 2 questions ahead of time. It's called Zoom Session 1 Prep. That's 1L because this is a lab. So on Zoom 1L Prep, there were 2 questions I got asked. One was, what's the format of the laboratory test going to be like? Everybody understands that now, I think, right? And then the second question I got is, the tissues overwhelm me. What are you expecting? I think you could tell I don't expect you to know every kind of connective tissue. Connective tissue is the one that's the hardest because it's all over the body. It does all kinds of different functions. And I certainly don't expect you to know all those different kinds of connective tissue. But I do expect you to recognize that connective tissue is cells in a matrix. Let me ask you this. Could you answer all the questions on that test, or were there some of them that you'd like to ask me what the answer was right now? Okay, you basically silence is consent, I guess. So it means that you basically recognize those questions. If you didn't, I'm going to make this is being recorded from the time we started that test. So I will make a link to this recording. I'll put it up on the YouTube privately, and then if you want to go back over it, then you can. Okay. So do you have any questions about anything at this point? Not just about the lab test, but anything else that you'd like to ask about today? Okay, so if not, then I'm going to, first thing I'm going to do is stop recording. Let me do that. I'm going to do 2 things before I zoom off. Okay. Let's see. Stop the recording.